In 2019, a new bar from Beirut called Electric Bing Sutt found itself at 46 on the list of the world's best bars. Additionally, it was also voted as the best bar in the Middle East and Africa. But then 2020 happened. For Electric Bing Sutt, the pandemic wasn't the biggest problem they would face. In August, while the rest of the world's bars were in lockdown, Electric Bing Sutt became one of far too many casualties in the explosion at the Beirut Port. This year, owners Jad Ballout and Lynn have risen the bar from the ashes with a new location a few blocks away and a new name, which they have appropriately given of Dead End Paradise. We joined Jad in the new bar to take a look around and get an understanding of what Paradise is all about. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, Jad.
Thank you, Tiff, for having me and for this interview. And I'm glad to share what happened with us and our story and more info about Dead End Paradise.
Explosions are nothing new in Beirut, but still the experience must have been terrifying. How have you guys been dealing with it?
So at the beginning, first few days after the explosion, we were a little bit lost because we were not thinking what is the next step. We don't have another plan. Our main concern was just to clear our equipment, clear our machines from the bar because the building where we were located was tilted. And they told us we cannot resume our operation before maybe 2 or 3 years. And then also we had another issue, which is the crisis in Lebanon. So nobody wants to invest in dollars. And to make a new bar, you need like a fresh dollar money to invest. And I was discussing with my friends and I don't know what to do. And then suddenly I saw on Facebook Nico De Soto from Paris and Dinos from Lost and Found created GoFundMe for us. And they did like a big campaign to support us, to help us to rebuild the bar. And the campaign was great. So in a few hours, we could collect around 6,000 euros. And at the end of the campaign, we collected around 35,000 euros. So I'm really glad I'm among this nice community, the global bar community, that help us to build again our bar, to come back in action, to come back to our work. And without each one of the people that help us and donated for us will be jobless actually and hopeless. So I'm glad the whole bar community stood next to us and supported us. The exchange rate, this big problem actually it started before COVID hit the world. So our currency get very fast devaluated and we actually lost all our savings because our saving was in Lebanese pound. So imagine last October, $1 was equal to 1,500 pound, Lebanese pound. Nowadays, $1 equal to 13,000 pounds. And so it's like more than 100% devaluation for the money. And by this inflation, everything gets more expensive because in Lebanon, we don't have a lot of local produce or local products. So everything is imported. So this affected all the businesses big time because you need to get dollar and exchange from Lebanese pound to dollar. But the only availability for dollar is a black market because the bank stopped, did capital control. So you cannot withdraw your dollars in the account. You cannot transfer dollars abroad. You can receive dollars from abroad. And this affected all the business. And also imagine, let's say, today the rate is, 13, tomorrow might be 15. So you might be buying products on 13,000 rate, you sell them on a also low rate, and next day the price is more expensive. So it's more expensive for you to buy also. Right, so it's a very tricky situation for the business, very hard also. And imagine before our cocktail was $12, like 18,000 Lebanese. Now our cocktail is average 40,000, but 40,000 is not $3 actually. So imagine the struggle of as a business owner in having business in Beirut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good if someone is visiting from abroad, but for as a locals, and is not good at all anymore. Everything becomes so hard. If you wanna fix your fridge, you're gonna pay fortune. Like you need, I don't know how many drinks to fix fridge because all the equipment and everything is imported. But with this situation, we still find the ways to manage to keep our prices affordable for the consumers, and also to stay with the same quality, because we have the advantage that we have a good experience in Rotavap and distillation, and we already started before the crisis making our own gin, making like unique spirits, making aquavit, and this like it's good for us because we are not paying for the bottle packaging, we are not paying for the supplier, so we just get like a neutral spirit sometimes, and we distill them, we create our own gin, our own spirits also. And also
Right.
we start after the crisis to not get anything ready, so we try to do everything homemade, even in our kitchen. Let's say we did our sriracha sauce, we did many things like the hoisin sauce. We try to do many things in house now, and to avoid any imported item, because we are known as an Asian influence bar.
Yeah.
Also, we collaborated with local farmer that started to plant for us all the Asian botanicals that we needed for our food and for our cocktails. So she is planting for us Thai basil, shiso, kaffir lime, Thai
Oh, nice.
chili, and
Yeah.
many other things. So we tell her before the season what we want, and she plant for us, and we book all her stock for the whole year.
That's incredible.
And then with the fresh herb, we start to, let's say, the season of shiso is only 2 months. So we buy all the shiso and we distill them so we can use them for the whole year also. Same for the Thai basil, same for other botanicals that only grow for 2 months. So we don't need anymore to import. And actually, we are getting fresher produce, nicer, and we are supporting the local community at the same time.
Mm.
So sometimes crisis is bad, but also it's a way to make you much more creative. It's a way to make you think more, and don't take the easy ways.
Yeah.
So of course, I'm not enjoying crisis, but I'm enjoying the process of how much things I haven't seen before or I haven't paid attention, how to save here, how to do it better. And with the crisis, it helped me to develop more my creativity and my way of thinking as a business owner.
Mm.
So it's a big learning process. All these 2 years was like, this year was like definitely not a good year for us, but it's definitely one of the most year I ever learned in this industry or in this business.
I was about to ask, had you done much distilling before, or has all of this been a bit of a learning curve for you?
No, actually, it's been like 6 years. I started working on a rotavap and distilling. I like to work with rotavap because it opens different dimensions for you in the cocktail making, and also it helps you to create like a lot of nice distillate, because you can distill on a low temperature, so you keep the freshness actually of the product. You don't cook it, you don't destroy it. And also we do a lot of food inspired cocktails, so you need the kind of rotavap to extract all the flavor. Let's say we have a cocktail, it's a zombie, but it's a twist on a tom yum soup. So we take the all ingredient of the soup and we distill them with cachaça, and then we mix them with a grapefruit, lemon. So without the rotavap, it's a little bit hard to combine all the ingredients of tom yum soup and have the flavor inside of the cocktail without being so messy, and to have like clean, nice texture also.
Right. Now, with so many difficulties, what is it about Beirut that has made you want to stay?
For me, there will always be Beirut because it's my hometown, and I believe in this country. I believe in Beirut. It's gonna rise again for sure. It's gonna take few years more, but there will be always one project for me in Beirut. And at the same time, I'm looking abroad to open something else, just to be safe. So I'm looking for more opportunity also, just to have a safe income always, because the situation here in Beirut is always ups and downs. So you cannot only
Yeah.
count on it, but definitely always there will be one project for me in Beirut.
Beirut seems to walk this tightrope between glamour and paramilitary factions almost. How does it hold together, and what is the city's future, do you think?
Like now, the city future, I don't know actually, because we are in the middle of an area where it's all on fire actually, like around Lebanon, and the political situation is not stable also. But definitely, I can say like Beirut has this vibe of nightlife and going out, even if the situation is not very good.
Yeah.
And that's what make me believe in
Now,
Beirut and stay there, because the people of Beirut are very like resilient. They, no matter what, they want to go out, they want to have fun, they find a way to enjoy life even with the bad moments. And having like
yeah.
this kind of people in Beirut will give you more hope like in the city, and give you a boost to, yeah, let's do a business, because there will be always people coming. Even the situation is bad, they want to go out, they want to have fun.
Now let's get back to your new bar. How difficult was it to find a new location and set everything up?
Actually, the new location was a bit hard to not to find the location to make the deal, because with the current situation and the crisis and the inflation, so no landlord is accepting to make a contract in Lebanese pound, and this was big problem for us, because we cannot benchmark a contract with dollars where we don't know the rate where it's going up. Maybe today we sleep the rate is 15,000, and tomorrow it's gonna be 20. So I cannot benchmark my business or do my business plan on something I cannot control it as a money. And this was like, we at the beginning he asked us for only cash dollar he wants, and the deal didn't happen. And after I talked with the broker, and I told him, if you can convince the landlord, it's not like there's no one is gonna come and pay for him fresh dollar money, and then we agreed to pay for him on as a bank check. And bank check you can buy it on a much lower rate. So now the rate of bank check is 3,000, but fresh money like a dollar, paper dollar, is 13,000. So it was like a middle way, because also I understand landlords cannot also make a deal on Lebanese pound because the inflation is very fast. So by pricing bank checks, they are like in the middle. We and like both parties are in the middle, and this was a hard point. And the good thing is the location of Dead End Paradise. We really like it before we took Electric Bing Sutt, but it was an actual taqueria before. It was a taqueria and Mexican bar. And first thing after explosion, we went to this location to check if they open again or not. And we asked around, they say no, these people are closed, they will not open again. And then we say, okay, let's take it. This is the location we want.
Were you able to salvage much in the way of equipment and furniture and things like that from the old site?
We were working on a low budget. You know, opening a bar with 35,000 euro is nothing actually. But what we did is like we bring everything from electric, and we redesign it. Let's say we didn't use the top of the table, we used the bottom of the table. We put a new top, and we use like material not too expensive, and we try in a creative way to make them look nice. As for the equipment and the fridges and all of this, we have a lot of broken, so we try to fix them. Some of the items we could fix them, some of the items we couldn't. Yeah, but actually we lost a lot of items in this explosion, as the fridges and the equipment and all of this.
Are you able to pick the computer up and show us around a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So here we are seeing the bar. So I will start from the door, from outside, and we enter. So here we have the terrace, and you enter. You have the bar in front of you, and then you have the lab behind the bar, where we make all our distillate. And here you have one section which is the amphitheater, so people can sit up and down, have a drink, eat some food. And we have our famous the pole stage. Yeah, and here we are getting to the bar. Here you can see the laboratory, our counter lab where we distill everything. And now the guys are doing like a kind of milk punch here. Yeah. So actually, in the new bar, we keep. We didn't want to change because the inspiration of that and Paradise is like a dive bar, but with tiki influenced cocktails, modern tiki cocktails. So we kept everything from the old place, like the walls. We didn't paint them, we didn't touch them. We just worked on the design of the place.
There seems to be a lot of neon.
Actually, it's the old school fluorescent. It's old school fluorescent. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we like always in our bar to have like a distinguished lighting. So if I show you the bar at night, it's gonna be a different mood. You have blue from the lab. You have a pink in the room, and outside you have purple. So it's like you enter, you feel like it's like uh, kind of a little bit underground, but futuristic.
Okay.
Yeah, with the concrete and all these elements together. Like the mood changed totally. Always in our bars, we like to do two moods. One mood for the day because we open during day, and after we like completely like mood change because all the lighting take over, all the details of the furniture disappear, and become like for Dead and Paradise, it become like kind of three colors: blue behind the bar, you have the pink in the middle, and you have purple outside.
And where did the idea for the pole come from?
Because our idea for Dead and Paradise is not to create like a normal bar that you see like the table and bar. So we say we want different type of seating, we want more fun, and we believe people of Beirut they want something much more fun. So that's why we say okay, let's make amphitheater and let's make pole dance because actually where also we train where we go to the gym that we go they have also like a pole dances class and also all the people of the gym come to our bar also.
Okay.
So we say why we don't put like a pole in the bar and people of course they're gonna dance and it's so much fun and it's good for Instagram for pictures
Yeah.
and like it's so much fun to have a pole really because every night there is someone even if you don't know you're gonna jump and try.
Yeah.
I little bit dislocated my shoulder with the pole, so
Oh.
also I was trying to do some move. There's one girl, she did like nice moves. I took a video and I was stuck to do the same move, but it didn't work. So I hurt myself actually.
Oh, bless. Now, were there lessons in terms of design and function that you were able to bring from the old bar to this new one?
We check what, like in the old bar, let's say we have some, not, yeah, some mistakes, some not big issues, but we have some details. Let's say the bar height was 95 centimeters in the old bar, but 95 centimeters, if you want to stand around the bar, is a little bit low. So in the new bar, we say, okay, let's make it up 5 centimeters. And yeah, in the entrance of the bar was too small, too tight. So there was a lot of people standing. So in this bar, we say, okay, let's make the entrance more bigger, more space, so more people can just mingle, hang out in the middle, and we don't put tables and chairs in the middle and yeah like many small things like that between measurements and centimeters and so we could upgrade it from the old bar to the new bar and also the layout helped us a lot because the bar here is like Electric Bing Sutt was all one strip here is more like rectangular so also it helped us to have a bar in the middle and everything around the bar.
Spoke about the fact that Electric Bing Sutt was very Asian influenced, and this bar has got quite a tiki bent to it. You want to talk to us a little bit more about how all that works?
Yes, so we decide to like we are still have like the Asian influence into our drinks and our food, but we choose to go also a little bit on the tiki side
Right.
because we like this style, like the tropical tiki style, and we find like there's a big opportunity to recreate the traditional tiki cocktails, but in a modern style and with modern techniques because they have great flavors. But I think the tiki sometimes has a lot of sugar and juices, and so our idea is to incorporate the tiki flavor, but without to be, like in a modern way, without to have like all this like very sugary drink or big drink like that. So we believe that it could be we can create something like a modern on trend also, but with like exotic flavors by combining our Asian style with like tropical style. And in Lebanon, we have a lot of seasonal fruits also. So now summer is gonna start. We're gonna start to use them a lot, and it's gonna be like a great combination, like the seasonal fruit of Lebanon with the Asian flavor and botanicals together, combined in like a tiki style. Like I said, the tom yum zombie. It's like inspired from the Thai soup and the zombie together.
Yeah.
And we have one cocktail called Birds of Paradise. It's a twist on a jungle bird where we do inside coconut milk, pandan, also a distillate of whiskey and ginger. And then also we put another distillate of Indonesian curry inside. So it's like a fruity pineapple pandan and creamy, and at the same time you have the kick of the spices inside.
Okay. Now, you have a reputation for using quite advanced culinary techniques and intricate infusions. What is it about that style that interests you, about that experimentation?
When I create cocktails, I like always to have one flavor that is commercial that people like, and on the back of the like on the back of the palate when you drink it, I like to pop up something like little bit experimental and not very familiar. So having the rotavap and working on this modern technique helped me to incorporate ingredients that are not so pleasant when you put them directly inside the drink, but when you distill them and make essence out of them and use them in a cocktail, they are nice. And especially I do this with the blend of spices. Let's say the curry in the Birds of Paradise. If you put the powder, the curry powder, just in the drink, it's not gonna be nice. It's gonna be so messy. It's not gonna look nice. But when you distill it and then put few drops of the strong distillation inside of the cocktail, the taste is really nice together, and it combines really well, really much better than just putting the solids inside. And also it helps you to like open different flavors sometimes that you cannot get it by different method. Let's say we blend all the botanicals of the gin and then we macerate them. So if we don't have the rotavap, we cannot blend them and then distill them. And the plus, we cannot distill them on the low temperature, which is helped to keep all the freshness of the botanicals.